The welcomed next 2026 Suzuki T500 marks a bold revival of a classic nameplate that once defined Suzuki's two-stroke heritage in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Back then, the T500 was known for being reliable, robust, and a little wild compared to its rivals. Fast forward to 2026, and Suzuki has taken that legendary spirit and reimagined it for today's riders. The new T500 is not just a retro throwback, it's a modern classic that combines nostalgic styling with contemporary engineering, designed to appeal to both older enthusiasts and younger riders who want something unique in today's motorcycle scene. At the heart of the T500 is a 500cc parallel twin engine, liquid-cooled and fuel-injected, tuned to deliver a perfect balance of accessible power and modern efficiency. Unlike the original two-stroke model, this new generation uses a four-stroke setup, offering smoother delivery and better emissions compliance. The engine produces around 52 horsepower and 46 Nm of torque, enough to give it lively acceleration while keeping it approachable for riders of all levels. The 6-speed gearbox, paired with a slipper clutch, ensures crisp shifts and prevents rear-wheel chatter during aggressive downshifts, making the T500 feel modern while keeping its vintage charm intact. Suzuki has aimed for versatility and performance. The T500 is light and nimble at just under 190 kilograms, making it easy to handle in urban environments, yet stable enough for weekend highway cruising. The frame is a steel tubular design, inspired by the original T500 but reinforced for today's demands. Suspension consists of 41mm telescopic forks at the front and dual shocks at the rear, both tuned to balance comfort with a touch of sportiness. The setup is not extreme but perfectly suited for the kind of riding this bike is built for: casual cruising, retro fun, and stylish commuting. Braking is modern, with dual 300mm discs at the front and a single 260mm disc at the rear, backed by dual-channel ABS. Stopping power is strong and confidence-inspiring, a huge leap from the original T500's drum brakes. The bike rolls on 18-inch spoked wheels wrapped in retro-styled but modern compound tires, combining the visual charm of the past with today's grip and safety standards. Design is where the Suzuki T500 shines brightest. Suzuki has stayed true to the original's character while giving it a fresh interpretation. The round LED headlamp, classic teardrop fuel tank with chrome accents, and flat bench-style seat all scream vintage appeal. The side covers proudly wear the T500 badge, a nod to the heritage. Chrome fenders, polished exhaust pipes, and spoked wheels enhance the retro aesthetic, but subtle details like integrated LED indicators and a modern tail lamp remind you this is very much a 2026 machine. The overall stance is slim, clean, and authentic without being overdone. The digital analog instrument cluster is another perfect blend of old and new. A large analog tachometer and speedometer dominate the view, while a discrete digital display provides essential information such as gear indicator, trip computer, and fuel gauge. Riders get modern conveniences without losing the retro vibe. Comfort is a key aspect of the T500's charm. The upright seating position, mid-mounted footpegs, and wide handlebars create a natural riding triangle that works equally well for short city runs or relaxed weekend journeys. The seat is padded generously enough to handle longer trips, and the passenger accommodations are decent for a bike of this style. Suzuki has clearly prioritized everyday usability alongside classic looks. On the road, the T500 is engaging without being intimidating. The engine's mid-range pull makes it responsive in traffic, while the smooth throttle response encourages laid-back cruising. It's not built to compete with high-performance machines but instead to deliver an enjoyable, soulful ride that connects the rider with the road in a way only a retro motorcycle can. Riders will appreciate its predictability and charm, especially when combined with the deep, throaty note from the twin exhausts, a sound carefully tuned to recall the spirit of the original two-stroke without overwhelming volume. Technology-wise, the T500 offers just enough to satisfy modern expectations without diluting its classic essence. ABS, traction control, and selectable riding modes are standard, but Suzuki has kept it minimal and rider-focused. A USB-C charging port sits discreetly near the dash for convenience, while optional accessories include saddlebags, a small fly screen, and even heated grips to tailor the bike for different riders. Fuel efficiency is respectable, with the T500 returning about 25 km per liter in mixed riding conditions, giving it a range of around 300 km with its 13-liter tank. This makes it practical enough for everyday use while staying true to its retro cruiser roots. Pricing is one of the strongest selling points. Suzuki has positioned the 2026 T500 at around $7,499, making it an attractive entry into the modern classic market. This places it below many rivals in the retro segment, while offering authentic styling, solid performance, and the trusted Suzuki name. The unique selling point of the Suzuki T500 is its authenticity. It's not just a retro-themed motorcycle, it's a faithful homage to a classic model, modernized for today's riders. Unlike some retro bikes that feel more like fashion statements, the T500 delivers a real connection to Suzuki's heritage while ensuring comfort, practicality, and reliability. It's a motorcycle that invites you to slow down, enjoy the ride, and appreciate the blend of old-school charm with modern-day dependability. For riders seeking a stylish, versatile, and affordable retro motorcycle, the 2026 Suzuki T500 is a fantastic option. It celebrates Suzuki's history while offering everything needed for today's roads, making it not just a bike, but an experience rooted in both nostalgia and modern joy.